Hi guys, this is First on the way with another What If. This will be with Deku with Reincarnation of Naruto and Sasuke, Part 8. We're laughing us off Deku walking home after finishing the hero versus villain test. While Deku's walking home, he begins to wonder how does his other classmen see him. Naruto tells him, by the way you fought, they thought you were just mean, but realizing who you actually fought up against, they can kind of see why. So, you're okay in their eyes. Deku looks confused and asks, wait, really? Naruto responds with, yeah, the only person that doesn't really care that much is the boy with a scar on his face. Deku looks confused again, saying, but what's a scar? Deku pieces it together and about to respond to Naruto, but Sasuke cuts him and tells him he's talking about the boy with the white and red hair, the one that also doesn't look that much interested in anyone. Deku asks Naruto, did you get a good read on that kid? By the way, his name's Todoroki. Naruto nervously says, no, you was giving off too much malice and you were walking away. Deku basically said, wait a minute, so my malice was stopping you from sensing his emotions? Naruto looks at him and tells him, yeah, well, no. Sasuke cuts in and tells him, well, since you're part of our reincarnation, especially Naruto's, he probably gets mad pretty easily. So we want to make sure that you don't get mad and start using our chakra, so they won't be confused about you popping out tails. Deku responds with, thank you for keeping me in check. Sasuke tells him you're welcome. Naruto looks at him and basically mouths the word saying thank you. Once Deku leaves the monastery, Sasuke looks at Naruto and says, for all the reasons that you weren't paying attention because you're staring at the girls, you would have to lie to him about something so petty? Naruto looks at him and said, well, two things. Number one, you didn't really lie to him. If he got angry enough, he will pop out a tail. And number two, if you see what that girl is wearing, the one with the ponytail. Naruto gets closer to Sasuke saying, have you seen what some of these girls are wearing? Literally, one of them is invisible and naked. Her hero outfit is her being naked. Sasuke said, what about the girl with the punk rock outfit with the earphone jack? She looked pretty nice. And Uraraka's outfit looked good too. Naruto responds with, it's skin tight though. Sasuke says that's not what I'm talking about. I was talking about the theme. No, what? Never mind. Naruto continues saying, well, since we're on the topic of outfits, from the boys' side, whose outfit you think looked pretty good? Sasuke said, the boy with the tail. Like a karate outfit, maybe we could ask Izuku to spar with him. Naruto, not a bad idea. But you know who else should spar with Deku? That boy with the spiky red hair. Naruto tells Sasuke about that boy with the spiky red hair. When I sense his chakra, that's a pretty decent balance around his whole body. So wherever his ability is, it focuses around his whole body. And about that boy with the tail, whenever he uses his chakra, he only uses on his tail. When Deku gets home inside his apartment, he basically says, well, all I have to do is just keep myself in check and stay away from Bakugo. Sasuke tells him, how long are you going to be doing this? Because you can't do this forever. Naruto chimes in and tells him, what about Bakugo's mom, Mitsuki? She's probably worried sick about you. Deku tells her, well, I go and visit her from time to time. So Naruto says, well, instead of trying to visit her, why don't you give her your phone number? Sasuke tells him, it'd be best if you give her your number. That way, whenever she wants to call you, she can. If she can't call you, she'll text you. Deku said, can you give me one more reason why I should give her my number? Sasuke tells them, well, you want to talk to some people besides us, and she will want some answers from you, so it make more sense. And plus, you can also arrange meetings so you guys can meet out in the city and do stuff together. Deku sighs, tells them, well, I do feel kind of bad for doing this to her. So, yeah, I could probably give her my number. But I'm going to use your last name, Naruto. Naruto tells him, well, sure, no problem. Deku also asked Naruto, do you think you can help me make some notes that can also combust into flames? Sasuke tells Deku he will teach you, but when are you going to send out the letter to her? Deku tells him, well, whenever I get a chance to, so probably on the weekends. But Deku's preparing to go to sleep. He basically talks to Naruto explaining what he wants to do with the note. Sasuke asks Deku, so why do you want the paper to destroy itself? Deku responds with, well, I don't want her son to see the note and try to call me. Besides, I'm not ready to face him. Sasuke tells him, you realize there are multiple ways to get rid of paper, right? Deku tells him, yes, but this is the most fastest way, and it won't break nothing. Sasuke Sasuke tells him, you realize that if you do this wrong, you might burn her or make it explode, right? Before Deku could say anything, Naruto asks, oh, by the way, why are you using my last name? Deku tells him, well, they already know my last name is Midoriya. Because if Bakugo sees this paper, he's going to bring it up to the heroes. And once that happens, they're going to see him doing something sketchy, so no. And if he sees it, I'm on his mother contact, it's going to be more confusing, and he's going to ask me for questions. And he's going to, in turn, make me mad, so no one knows who's Uzumaki. Besides, she can just say this is one of her other friends or one of her work associates. Naruto tells him you might as well explain it to Bakugo's parents, but not himself, because you don't know their work life. Sasuke chimes in and tells him you might as well write the note to his parents, because just in case you might ruin their family life. Not for Bakugo, but for her too. Because you call her and she can be so upset and like happy that you're okay, it's going to look sketchy to the father. So you might as well tell them too. Deku thinks about this and tells him, yeah, I understand. I don't want to ruin their relationship. Sasuke tells him also, instead of making the paper go into flames, make it burst in the water. That case you won't hurt nobody else and might burn the house down. Besides, any other jutsu is not going to really work on them. Wind, you might cut her. Electricity, you might shock her. Earth, you're going to break something. Deku tells him, of course. But what about Sasuke cuts him off saying you're not using the Black Flames or the Renegon? If so, you're going to have to explain that to them too. Deku decided to just stop and just say, alright, makes sense. Naruto says, alright, so when do you want to practice this? Because you got something to do tomorrow, so like, what about after school? Deku tells him, well, I'm not really tired yet. Naruto tells him, well, just make 7 clones. You spar with one of them, then the rest of them can just start with the ceiling. Deku tells him it doesn't sound like a bad idea, but instead of just letting them all do ceiling, I'll let them do it one at a time so it can minimize the damage on the apartment. 30 minutes has passed. The clones haven't really perfected it, but they have made some improvement. After Deku was done training, he decided to take a shower, then do a laundry, then head to bed. We cut to morning, Deku's alarm goes off, he gets prepared and leaves for school. When Deku gets to school and everyone is in class, Aizawa tells them that y'all have to pick up a class prep. Everyone gets to talk among themselves, talking about they should be their class prep. Deku walks up to the front desk. Deku tells them, I'm going to get the classroom's attention. Aizawa tells them, well, try not to hurt them too badly. Deku tells them, I won't. Deku gives Aizawa noise-canceling headphones from the book bag. Aizawa asks, where'd you get them from? Deku says, I bought them offline. Aizawa looks at him carefully. Deku tells him, I can show you the proof, but I'll just show you later after class. Aizawa just sighs and lays down with the headphones in his ear. After Aizawa lays down, Deku decides to pull out an earth element, coats his finger in a sharp rock, and begins to rub it across the chalkboard, getting everyone's attention, covering their ears in the process. Everyone's looking at him, wondering why did he do that, while Bakugo and Todoroki basically wondering what other elements can he control. Can he control ice too? Can he control all of them at the same time? Well, that's what they're thinking together, but Bakugo's really thinking about it doesn't really matter about what his quirk is, I'll just blast him away. Deku looks around our classroom, seeing that everyone's looking at him. Deku says, okay, and begins to put his finger down while making the earth crumble away. Basically telling them, well, instead of just doing this, why don't we all just vote for someone? Everyone's looking at Deku saying, yeah, okay, sure. But why do you have to do that? Deku says, how am I supposed to get your attention? Besides, we're doing this like an election. Alright, hope you guys enjoy this part. Now, for a question for you guys. For Deku's hero name, what should his hero name be? If you guys want to, just type it down in the comments.